pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
And hey, I don't know if y'all noticed or not. I accidentally, went to hit the button, because this is the big boneyard, y'all, and we usually start with shit like that there, right? But we're having that 1 year glitch because I accidentally hit this joint right here, that old shit.
Right.
That shit from Once Upon a Time. What's fucked up? I still like that shit. Some kind of way it went in my head, and I kind of like it. And we don't hear it nowhere but here ever, and that's been a while. But anyway, hey, what's up, y'all? Thank y'all for joining us here on the Big Boneyard. And to do it properly, welcome to the Big Boneyard. You got myself, doggone Big Bone, and doggone Archbishop doing this damn thing for you.
What up, though?
What's up,
What
folks?
up, though?
We see these folks sliding through here, and we see Frost, Mike Ball. What's up, Mike Ball? I hit you up earlier. Phenom, doggone. All right, some folks sliding through. All right. Chemo, Luciano, Fury. All right, this is good. Some folks on Facebook. That's all good shit. So it's Sunday. Accidentally made it to Sunday some kind of way, and as per usual, it's been pretty good. I'm gonna be nosy. I know y'all ain't never heard me say this before. Oh shit! Some AB Diamond saying, "What up, though?" Oh wait, is that?
No, that's me.
That's you? I was like, oh
That's
shit! Like it's somebody. No, that's what's up, man. Yo, but anyway, how was your weekend, brother?
You know what? It was cool, man. I to take care of a few things, work like always, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was actually a pretty good weekend. I can't complain. You know what I mean,
Oh, yeah.
any day above ground is a good day for me, so we good.
That part. Damn, that's my dad used to say that from the John Wayne line. Every day is above. Wait, every day you're not in the dirt is a good one. I never liked John. Well, all right, that's a lie. I did like John Wayne, and then I didn't. Kind of like Elvis. Used to like Elvis, then I found out some shit. I don't like Elvis no more. But now my weekend, the whole week really was kind of cool. It was one of those productive type things. Got a lot of shit done. So y'all know we're working on that movie. We ain't gonna, and it's going pretty interesting. We're going to go into a very important phase of it. We made some important changes that for the movie wise, y'all gonna love. After you see the movie, we gonna tell you some of this shit. You know how like when they got a movie to come out, and then like it used to be on video where like if you buy the video, you get all them extra scenes and deleted scenes and changes and shit. People love that shit. Well, we got some of them already. We ain't finished the movie yet, but it's coming. It's definitely gonna be some serious hotness out there. And as we go forward, we're gonna keep y'all in the loop on some of that shit. It's Fury. Hey, Fury said, I want to be in the movie, damn it. Fury, where are you? Like what city do you live in?
Well, get down here then. What you waiting on?
Yeah, stop acting funny.
Right. You keep talking about it, you ain't made no move.
Did she ride a motorcycle?
That means come hither, bring your ass.
Bring your ass. Does Fury ride a motorcycle?
I think so.
All right. Fury, we're trying to find out. Do you ride a motorcycle, and where the hell are you?
I think she.
Oh, Alabama. Oh, it's Stacy. Oh,
yeah, she right. Stacy.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Why didn't you say? Because you know what? In my brain, I do the disconnect. All right. Fury, aka Stacy. All right, got it. All right, you can be in a movie. You're funny looking, but what you gonna do? Frost said his son, aka Waterboy, right on. Said he got his first girl. Laughed my ass off. She calls him Pookie Bear. That's all right.
Oh wow.
Hey, Queen Sarcastic. We got something. Oh, speaking of which, Queen Sarcastic. Always good to see you, sister. You got a package that's going out to you, or did it? Hold on. It's going. Hold on. When's that going out for Queen Sarcastic? tomorrow. It's going out tomorrow. We got confirmation. And doggone Papa Bear in Texas. Yours went out on Thursday. Uh, so some folks wanted, like the Constitution books. We still got a few of those, and the document holders. We got a box load of those. So if y'all need some of that stuff, reach out, let us know, and we'll make sure you get it. Okay, so let me tell you, Chuck Zito. And I'm telling you, so Chuck Zito is my Facebook buddy and my Instagram friend. And for those of y'all that don't know, Chuck Zito, a kind of famous dude. He's got buddies like friggin' Mike Tyson and what's that dude from Mark Wahlberg, and he was a chapter president for Hell's Angels. He was a bodyguard for a bunch of celebrities and stuff. And he was in season 6 or whatever, season 5 and 6 or something like that of Sons of Anarchy. He's an actor, he's a biker, all like that. And he's my Facebook, Instagram buddy. His ass is in Italy right now. And I'm going to tell y'all why I meant that. Well, we chopped it up a little bit this weekend, but I'll tell you about, during the week anyway. Chopped it up a little bit, but we're going to bring him up in a little bit because of these questions that we got to ask, or that we're going to talk about tonight. But I guess before we get into anything, we probably want to do our disclaimer. And matter of fact, shit, I wish Frost was on here because we're going to get Frost on the show a little bit later on because we're going to make his ass do the disclaimer because he ain't done a disclaimer yet. That's what that's Frost ought to do a disclaimer. Frost, you watching? Do you know how to do a disclaimer, Frost? We watching. All right, he's gonna tell us a little bit. But one of these weeks we're gonna have him do it. But in the meantime, the disclaimer is just this. Whilst myself and Archbishop, we love our respect our club and whichever organization we're in, and specifically the words that we talk about here tonight or any night, these are our words, they are our opinions, our views. They are not reflective or associated with our clubs or any other organizations whatsoever. We're speaking for ourselves and ourselves only, and that's it. So that's the disclaimer. And I probably fucked it up a little bit, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We say it every
Good
day.
enough.
That part, yeah. Right.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something else.
Yeah.
See, I done called myself. I done stopped smoking.
Yeah.
So I ain't smoked for over a week and a half now.
Ooh, all right, okay.
You see this right here? You see this vape right here? Now this has 0 nicotine whatsoever.
Okay.
It's just a flavoring.
Yeah.
It has no harsh chemicals, no nothing. The ones that's using vapes, check that out. It's called Cyclone. Read up on it. It's it has no nicotine, no artificial shit, all that. But it's actually really cool. I've been puffing the fuck out of this stuff for about a week and a half. Man, I've been wanting a cigarette so damn bad, but I've been holding out. I've been sticking to it.
But does it take the edge off though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It actually does.
See, that's sort of like that's a big deal right there because I think that's so a lot of people with the smoking, you get what do they call it? The oral fixation where you got to do this and you got to have something in your hand or be biting on something or fucking. I got some Twizzlers over there just for that reason. I haven't finished the bag, but I got Twizzlers back when I was trying to like quit smoking. So I'm doing these. But you remember when I used to 2-fist these motherfuckers, right? You remember that? I used to do 2 of them at a time. So I went from 2 of them to 1 of them. And now the goal is to go from 1 of them to like none of them. And Kenyatta said, man, we got to get some weed. Of course, Kenyatta said we got to get some weed. Yo.
Yeah, this one right here, though, I like it because it puts off a good smoke.
Yeah.
But it's no nicotine in it whatsoever.
Shit, that's all right.
And you can get there's like a bunch of different flavors and all that stuff on it. But the one that I got here, it has like a eucalyptus back tone to it. So when you breathe out, it feels like menthol, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's like a mint. You know what I mean?
Where do you find them though?
I got this online. I think the website is Cyclone Pods, something like that. I think that's what it is. But they got the little pens like what you have, and then they have the big ones like this, which is like a like you get like a starter kit with this one. It just separates. You got the battery and your like when you order it, it comes like this.
Yeah.
This piece you keep and you just click it in, it'll light up, let you know that it's on, you're good
Yeah.
to go.
Well, shit. Oh, speaking of which, so that's another good. Let me. That's another one of them diamonds from AB. Speaking of diamonds and AB, you actually gave me another good one that I'm getting ready to exercise here in a little bit. So for those of y'all that don't know, apparently I'm blind as fuck. All right, I'm teasing. All right, so one eye sees perfect, the other eye not so much. So I got astigmatism, and as my daughter would say, I got old timers. I got old timers, sort of like Alzheimer's, but cooler. So I got old timers. But anyway, so the glasses, we started talking about the glasses, and I was screaming and bitching because these fools had me ready to pay almost $700 for a couple of pair of glasses. And I'm like, where's that $79 for 2 sets and all that? Which that's the trick to get you in the door or whatever. But AB hooked me up, y'all, and told me, no, don't do that. He said, get the prescription. When you go to the place, they do all the eye tests and put the stuff in your eye and do all that. He said, get your prescription. And then you go online and you can get whatever frame you want, because that's really how they're jacking you up in the optometrist, at Lens Crafters or wherever. And I'm looking at what he's saying, talking 35, 45, 55 bucks for some really nice frames. It's the same shit as you got there, the same exact stuff, except for now, instead of spending, $400, $500, $600 or possibly more, you might be out of pocket $100 by comparison. So again,
If
AB,
that,
you be
if
dropping
that.
them diamonds. Yeah, them diamonds though, bro. I dig that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Shit, $100. Hell, I done got 2 pair of glasses from that one.
Yeah,
$100. Shit, that's 2 pair.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so you talking 2 pair for 100 instead of 1.5, 2 pair for somewhere between 4, 5, 6, almost $700 is what I was going to spend, just because what they do is they show you the really nice stuff. Oh, Sean John, that's fly as hell. So in my head, I'm thinking $79.99, and I get another pair too, and they're like, oh no, oh no, no. That's the no, that's just for one lens, one single prescription on the left side in the corner. Then you can use those on Thursdays after 4, but before 10 p.m. And I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to the commercial? And the owl on the commercial said,
Right.
They don't honor like, you can't bring a coupon from that owl and get shit. They don't care.
Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no coupon, man. That's out the door. Ain't
I'm trying
no
to tell you.
coupon. That's out the door.
But yo, I will tell you, Fury, like AB said a minute ago, communicate with us. If you gonna find yourself in town during the time in which we're shooting, we can definitely get you in as an extra or something like that. And depending on how much time you got to spend here, shoot, we might can get you a speaking role. Because this movie we're gonna be shooting for the next few months, because the movie's not going to be released until next year, and we got a little bit more a little bit more leeway as far as working on this film, and it's kind of cool. We got a lot of space, so get at us. Matter of fact, get a hold of AB. He'll know what some of the schedules are. Y'all can work that out, and you get your ass here and get on TV or movie, as it were. Oh, she said she can play a biker on TV. Can you ride a motorcycle though? I think. Well, I'm pretty sure you can.
Right.
So you
And we
can.
done met a lot of pretenders.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them.
What?
We done met a lot of them.
They look. They're talented actors, because they will have you believing that they can ride. The one dude, what he had a Kawasaki Victory Indian slash 117cc Virago. Like, motherfuckers just saying words.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Wild Man said, "What it do, motherfuckers? What's
What
up,
up?
Wild Man?" Yeah, all right. But yeah, so tonight's show, what we're talking about is questions. We're very fortunate in the sense that we get to talk to a lot of boneheads and folks that want to be boneheads, people that watch the show, and then some other folks who literally will have a question and they don't want to talk to, especially people in clubs. We get this a lot. They're in a club, they want to answer to a certain question, but they don't want to ask somebody in their club. So they say, hey, talk to them TV biker motherfuckers, which somebody referred us, was it on Tuesday? A dude said, I was out in the street, going to this bike night. I said, yeah. He says you and your boy, man, I know you. He says you the bone. What did he say? He didn't say big bone. He said, yeah, yeah. He says you the bones, you the bones. He goes, where's the bishop? The Bishop and Bones show. I said, I said, you close, but that's not it. He said, Bishop and Bones show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He goes, and he turns to his wife or girlfriend, whoever she was, and says, this is that dude from that biker TV show. And I'm thinking, we're not really on TV. And it's not the what do you call it? The Bones and Bishop. And I'm like, damn, this guy, I know what he's trying to say. And then he commenced to asking some questions, and he was kind of all over the place with it. And the thing was, I realized if he was a dude who watched the show all the time, his nomenclature and our names, he probably would have had a little bit better. So he's not a blown, he's not a legit bonehead, but
He
he
knew
had
enough. He
he
knew
knew
enough,
enough.
though.
Yeah,
He
he
tried.
knew just enough. He did try. But so we get these questions all the time from 7-Eleven or Instagram or Facebook or wherever the hell it is. And there some of them are legit interesting questions, but the dude actually said that he was hoping that he would either figure out how to contact us. And that's another way I know he wasn't plugged in that well, because folks that watch the show, they know how to contact us. But anyway, uh, his thing was, had some questions, didn't want to ask nobody that he knew because he didn't want to look stupid. So after we talked about this stuff, and yeah, I guess that comes up a lot. So that's tonight's show, which is the name of this show is called Question. What is a stupid question? Answer the one that you don't ask. So that's us tonight. That's what we're doing tonight. But having said that, the description of tonight's show reads like this. It said bikers. Bikers almost always look cool, don't we? We have the bikes, the girls, unless you're a girl and you got a guy, but we got the cool vests and a seemingly endless supply of beer money. So some bikers, both new ones and old ones, new and old, sometimes need to know something but are afraid to ask because they're so, they're so worried about losing cool points that they would rather remain ignorant to a subject instead of asking. They don't want to ask a question because they're going to risk looking like Urkel on a Harley or something like that. So my mother always said the only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. So tonight we're gonna ask away. So for those of y'all watching, of course, the phone number. Y'all give us a call. We're gonna chop it up. We're gonna answer some questions. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually cover some of those questions that we got tonight. And don't be trying to send shit talking hate mail to Archbishop. Don't be telling me to kiss your ass because I asked a dumbass question. These are the questions that people keep asking, or not keep asking, but some of the questions that we got. Some of them are a little goofy, but some of them are great questions. But no matter what it is, boom, we gonna do it tonight. But so AB, I know you had some questions. We got like a little list, and I think Frost had one as well that he was asking me about earlier that somebody had asked a couple of them. Wait, I think I wrote it down. But anyway, AB, what is the first damn bonehead question that you got?
Let's see. First bonehead question. Well, we get different questions all the time. But a lot of the questions that we get is they're actually real common sense questions, but it seem like every person seems to have the same thing, and it's dealing with chapter related issues
Yeah,
about
yeah,
about the do's and don'ts and what you can do and what you can't do and what your president's allowed to do
yeah.
and all this jazz. That seems to be the biggest set of questions that I know I get a lot because people want to know, you know, can they do this and can they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the answer that I give all of them is real simple. What's in your bylaws? So,
Facts.
it's not that particular question is not a generalized answer for because you have, you have umpteen number of clubs and everybody has a set of bylaws dealing with their particular club. Um, they're not all the same. You know what I mean? Some can get away with murder, some can't. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why your bylaws is so um, so special dealing with your chapter. Now, here's the key though. Don't just go to your bylaws when your ass in trouble.
Oh, right. Facts.
And when you do get your bylaws, don't look for the gray areas in the bylaws and try to get out of some shit. If you done some shit, just
Right.
man up to it. Just man up to it. You know what I mean? The bylaws speak for itself. Don't add shit that don't need to be added. Don't take away shit don't need to be taken away from.
Rewriting them,
How it's written,
reinterpreting them. Yeah.
right? How it's written is how it is. Okay. Don't say, well, it says this, but technically it didn't say this. Come the
Right.
fuck on, bro. You know you
You
done the shit.
you use the comma instead of the
Man up to the
period.
shit. You
Mhm.
know, but each person that's in the club, you should take that extra time to, number one, know your bylaws. And if you don't know the bylaws, or if you disagree with some stuff that's in the bylaws, bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up. Talk about it. Amend you know what I mean? Amend them. Make them better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make them to where it works for everybody and not just after a certain few, and you know what I mean? Stuff like
That's
that. But you
something.
have to come together collectively as a chapter and make that work.
You just said something hugely important though too. A lot of folks don't realize, I'm saying, people in clubs, some folks don't realize, or they forgot or don't know, you can actually, the bylaws are a living, breathing part of a chapter. You can add, like you said, you can add things, you can change things, but you can rewrite certain sections. You can rewrite your whole damn bylaws if you wanted to. So you can change that shit. You can add stuff and take it away. And most folks, or enough folks, have thought, well, that's what the bylaws are. So screw it. I'm just going to break that rule, or I'm not going to do it because the bylaws are wrong. Well, there might be, the whole damn chapter might feel that way. And if you don't ever bring it up to have it amended or upgraded, changed or something, I know this one dude uh, from West Virginia. He's from a club in West Virginia, and he said, and I thought this was extreme, but he said every 3 months, that's every 90 days. He says they have a church where they review and update or amend their bylaws. And I was thinking to myself, well, damn,
Hey,
in 3 months, how do you know that if you're changing it every 90 days? And I asked him something toward that effect, and he says, "Oh well, we just review to see if that thing is working." I'm like, "But how do you know in 90 days?" It's like, but I mean, so the idea of updating bylaws makes sense. I don't know about every 90 days though. I mean, that seems extreme. I could see a
yeah,
year,
that's
2 years, something like that. Every like once a year on uh I don't know, the anniversary of your chapter, or every year on Martin Luther King Day, whatever. Yeah, okay, I can get that. But
yeah,
every
that's a
three
little
months,
much. You're talking about 90 days. I
I
mean,
thought that was fucking
you know,
crazy.
but like you said, like everybody's bylaws are gonna be different anyway, because I mean, let's go back a second. Why is there rules in the first place? Reason why there's rules in the first place is because somebody done some dumb shit
Mhm.
before that you had to make a rule about to keep them from doing it again. Okay.
Yeah.
So when I think about somebody going over these every 90 days, that tells me
Mhm.
either one, you don't know what you're doing, or number two, y'all got a lot of fuck ups in your club that's constantly doing shit, and you constantly got to add shit into the bylaws because you got
Facts.
people that's constantly doing stupid shit.
Mhm.
So it could go either way. Now, the thing is though, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Mhm.
So if you don't know the bylaws and you get in trouble, of course, then you're gonna run to the bylaws and try to figure them out or whatever. But if you
Mhm.
do know the bylaws and you one of them ones like me that know all the fucking bylaws that can tell you the numbers and all that
Right.
shit, then you're a fucking lawyer because you know too
Yeah.
goddamn much. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean? So, so it's
you've
damn if
been
you do,
called that.
damn if you don't.
Look, you've been called that. You're like, oh, that's the clubhouse attorney right there. You know,
You know?
wait, you've been the clubhouse public defender, you've been the clubhouse prosecutor, you've been the you were a public defender, the clubhouse, let me see, you were the clubhouse public defender, you were the clubhouse prosecutor, and you were the clubhouse attorney general. And I'm like, damn, That's the way to do it right there. But you know what? That comes from, like you said, when you know your bylaws and not putting business out in the street. But if there's somebody who knows their shit, like in this movie, I promise you right now, and this is without ever having asked you this question, but I promise you right now, not only do you know your scenes, but you probably know a couple of three other folks' scenes as well. Because
We're
you know,
gonna
I know
see.
you well enough to know that's how you
We're
do.
gonna see. Once it all get to popping, you know what I mean? I'm
Mhm.
gonna be on it. I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
be looking at
Look,
them like, nigga, your
we had a
turn.
dude. We had a dude who had a very important scene and a very important role in the movie, which is why he's not in it no more. But he showed up. Oh yeah, it's look, y'all gonna love the drama behind the scenes once we can get to that point. But so this one dude, he showed up with an important role in the movie and didn't know his lines, like none of them. In this particular scene, there was, his lines were like 3 lines. In fact, wasn't it like it was like 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this dude had 3 lines in this particular scene, didn't know them 3 lines, and couldn't seem to get them right. I mean, I've seen stuff like that on the bloopers and takeouts, and like when you're watching a movie or something like that, and they do the blooper reel. It was like a real life blooper reel, and this shit won't funny because you got 18 other people waiting for this guy to stop fucking up so they can do their thing. So what ended up happening was shot everything around this dude because he just couldn't get his shit right. And anyway, neither here nor there. I digress. So I'm started getting pissed off in this reliving that shit. But the point is yeah, like you said, know your bylaws. But so I'll do a question. We got a few here. And oh, by the way, Fury just said something too. Fury said, this is kind of interesting. Fury said, well, oh, no, all right. Frost said, in church with votes, you can't do it alone. Okay, then that there's a fact. Fury said, someone in the MC told me as long as he does what the P says to do, he can't get in trouble.
That's a lie.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And you would think that would be true, and I think in a perfect world that would be true, but in real life, you never know. That P might have a axe to grind and tell you to do some old dumb flunky shit, and you never know. I mean, once upon a time, there was a chapter Prez who wasn't exactly in love with me, told me to go get a, told me to go. Shit, you know what? Fuck it, I ain't even gonna. He told me to do something I wasn't supposed to be doing because I knew the shit wasn't in. It was against the bylaws. He said, "No, it's cool. I got you. You can do that."
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do it. Didn't do it because had I done that shit, yeah, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. I'd put it like that. Anyway, it was some real stupid shit, but neither here nor there. So here's
And two,
the next question. Say what?
to go along with what the question that she asked,
Mhm.
if you do whatever the P tell you,
Yeah.
here's the thing: the P is not Oz. He is not the all-knowing, all-seeing in that chapter.
Yes,
You
sir.
may have a president that don't know his ass from a hole in the wall. You know
It
what I mean?
happens.
You may have a prez that does good just to wake up in the fucking morning,
Yep.
to keep it all the way gangster. Now
Yeah.
you sitting here talking about whatever the P says is correct. That's bullshit. Think about it like this: it's all about accountability. Everybody in the chapter is accountable, even the president. Okay,
Yeah.
so the same way that these officers hold the members accountable, you as a member have to hold them accountable as well. Okay. So it's not what he says. You know what I mean? It's it's never just the P. It's the body. The body
Fact.
controls the chapter, not the P. The P is the puppet. He's the one that puts on the face and deals with everything
Mhm.
on the outside and takes the
Yep.
blame when y'all fuck it up.
Yeah. And
That's what he does.
I know a club out west, a very well-known club. They're a white OMC out of I won't say California or Nevada. I forget which, but he was telling me the history of their club, and it's a big club. He was telling me that for years, the way that you became the P of a chapter was you had to be the baddest motherfucker in there. Like you had to be able to fight, and if you could fight, that could make you the president. And if somebody wanted if somebody wanted to run for president, it's not like a lot of clubs do. They have elections. Nah, they had a fight. And if you could whoop his ass, then you was the president. And that's why he said a lot of dudes, when they get to a certain age, they get up in years, they step down because they know election time is in 3 months, and he might be getting an ass whooping. So you don't want to like be old and beat up and out your seat. I'm like,
right.
Well, does that mean that that dude that could fight good was a good president? No, doesn't mean that at all. It just means he could fight good, and nobody wanted to fight him, or But I digress. But so actually, hold on. It was one more question. What was it? Okay, that was so. What is this? There we go. So Mike Ball said it happens way more than people would lead on. Everyone wants it to be democratic until it's against them. That's kind of what you were saying. It's the body. It's like, that's why knowing your bylaws, man. Bolo said that annual review makes sense to me. 1906 Phenom said, my question, how do I get a cameo in the movie? Archbishop, how would he get a cameo in the movie?
Well, number one, you got to let us know. And two, you got to be down here in order to be able to do it. So this is what you do. I don't know where you live, but if you plan on coming to this area within the next couple months, you let us know when you're coming, and we'll see what we can work out for you.
Yeah, because it's a biker movie.
Let us know. Let us know ahead of time. Don't call us on Tuesday. Your ass gonna be here on Friday though.
Right.
Know when you coming, and when you definitely coming, and we'll work it out for you.
Yeah. Oh, Mike Ball just said something correct. He said Fury, that person is not in a real traditional MC. Then, so I tend to agree with you. Fury said he's in one of. Well, she's saying he's in one of the big three, but who knows? Let's see. So the P
that don't mean shit
by his own crew. Yeah, exactly. Because the club is a club, and then that big three. I don't even know about that. I heard the big three, the big five, the big seven. It really depends on where you are and who's doing the counting as far as who's the big whichever the hell. So, but anyway, I ain't gonna get into that neither because that's going down that fucking rabbit hole again. Mike said he can get in trouble with the club in any regard. No one is better than anyone. Very well said, Mike. But anyway, so here's my first question, and this is from Sizzle. Hey, Sizzle, I hope you're watching. Sizzle, he said he's Sizzle from New York City, and he said, why do OMCs and one percenters only ride Harleys /American? He's referring to the motorcycles that we ride. So that's accurate. OMCs and one percenters do have a tendency to ride American motorcycles, and there's definitely reason for that. In fact, AB, do you give us your take on Sizzle's question?
As to why they will hold on. The question is why we ride American motorcycles. Right. That was the question.
Why do OMCs and one percenters only ride Harleys /American, meaning American motorcycles?
Well, from my gist of it is like I said, like you got to take it back to the beginning as to when the motorcycle clubs actually started and who was these people that was actually in these motorcycle clubs. These were veterans who went over and fought in the wars and came over, and came back to the US. Now, you're not gonna come back here and ride a Jap bike when you've been sitting up here fighting Japanese for 8, 9 months, 2 years, whatever time you was making your deployments. So this was when they started all of that. This was a fully all American club. Everything was American. Like remember the slogan back a few years ago is like
in the 70s.
In America, by America, for America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's where the whole thing with doing Harleys, because Harleys was a American made motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Now it's not.
Right.
It's not now. Because most of your parts and stuff is being made in China. Now I did hear that Harley and along with a couple other major companies were in the process of leaving China and coming back back to the U.S.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that would be a
But
beautiful thing.
right, but but they did do it. You know what I mean? So now when we typically say now that you need to be on a American made bike, I mean, you think more Hondas and Suzuki's is made in the US than Harleys is made in China.
Yeah, facts. Now, I know now my take on it, which is very similar to yours. Uh, the original, and we're talking 100 years ago, because you figure Harley is 9, 10, 11. What was that in freaking, so Harley's over like 109 years old or some shit like that. I'm forgetting what the anniversary edition was, 2003. So 200 and excuse me, 110 years old. Harley's 110 years old. So folks been on motorcycles for longer than that, because Harley was not the first motorcycle. It just was a very popular motorcycle, still is. But so here's the deal. Um, a lot of these service members were coming back from overseas, and they had their first experiences with motorcycles while they were in the military. Then you had folks here, because a motorcycle back then was considered recreational. You had to have some dough in order to get a motorcycle. And what took place was, a lot of the early clubs, they would ride anything with wheels on it. But the servicemen were like, they were familiar with Harley from being in the military. They were very pro-American before the sentiment, like in the 70s, it was real heavy, like buy American, like Archbishop was just saying. So what happened is, if you've had friend, like your brothers in arms die right beside you, you're going to be pretty pro-American. And the idea of riding a Japanese motorcycle, or even a British motorcycle in many cases, was just and it was just ridiculous. You wouldn't do it. So as much as people try to paint a bad picture about the OMCs and the one percenters and all like that, you're going to find some of your most patriotic, and y'all heard me say this before, the last vestige of true Americans you can always find in your local MC, because we believe in this country. We fought for this country. We ride all over this country. The whole freedom thing, hey, good Americans, Americans believe in freedom. Bikers really believe in freedom. So why American? It's many different reasons, but we like it. It's what we do. I'm not against them. It's not that Yamaha and Suzuki and everybody don't make a good motorcycle. They do. But if it's not American, I ain't fucking with it. And I have a non-American motorcycle. I mean, of course I got my Harley, but my other bikes are Japanese. Yeah, I own them, but when I'm doing, like real biker shit and want to be taken seriously on the set, I'm going to get on something American made. And that's just the long and the short of it, which
Right.
actually leads to one of the other, there's another question later on, something similar to that, which we'll get to that if we ever get to that other question.
But like now though, like
Mm.
even with what you just said there, with what you're 100% true about what you said, other than the fact that Harley's 120 years old.
120. Thank you.
Yeah,
120.
it started in 1903.
Yeah, right,
Um,
right. I don't know where I was thinking 13. You're right. You do math.
What we got now, like I said before, it was pro-American. Everything was pro-American, which is the reason why that came into effect. Now in 2023, the tradition is still alive in the MC clubs, meaning that you got to be on a, but the overall American made dynamic is gone. It's been gone for a while. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother topic that a whole nother show.
Right,
But
right.
like I said, the actual tradition stayed,
Mm-hmm.
but the overall dynamic is gone.
Right. No, facts. So let's do another question. And look, we getting so, oh, wait a minute. Slow Burn said, didn't want to miss that. He said, what are all the vets here? Sound okay, that's what's up. Yeah, he's saying, hey, where are all the vets here? He's an Army vet. Y'all sound off. If you was in the military, let us know about it. Unless you're in the Coast Guard, we don't like you. I'm just playing. But no, let us know about that. Like, give us a little shout in the comments and let us know. Or you can pick up the phone and call us too, because you're allowed. Archbishop said, today and today only, y'all can call in. Unless we do another show, then you can call in on that one. But right now, today's the day. Well, while you at it, make sure y'all take a minute, hit the like button, hit the share button, make a comment. Definitely let some folks know we out here doing the damn thing. But let's move on to the next question for a minute there too. Hey, what's up, War Gorilla? War Gorilla, he's in Nevada. All right, that's what's up. And hey, Piper said hooah. That's an Army hooah. Logical, that's a U.S. Air Force vet. That's what's up. Logical. So we got another question. The next question is from Jerome Jerome from Texas. Said, okay, all right. Jerome from Texas says, how long do you have to hang around? How long do you have to be a prospect? That's a good question. And I know we've covered this. I don't know if he's a new guy or not. We appreciate the question. But so how long do you have to hang around? Well, until you don't. Basically it's until you don't. Because hang around, it's like asking how long do you hang out with your friends or your buddies from your bowling club or the guys that you run into at the bar, or the guys that you normally ride with. How long do you have to hang out with them? You shouldn't think of the hang around period as have to. Yeah, the club needs to know who you are, and it's MC tradition that you hang around for a while. In a number of clubs, the way is they're going to say, or certain clubs are going to say, you have to hang around for 30 days, and you have to prospect for 30 days, and after that, you're a member, and after 3 years, you're a lifer, and then you can retire. I've heard all of this crazy shit before, but the way it should work and the way it does work is you hang around until somebody says, hey, you know what? You're hanging around. You ain't coming to church with us because you're not a member. Well, we're doing such and such, and you can't do that because you're not a member. But you're always here. You're quick with a beer. We had some shit kick off one night and you was right there, watching our back. That was cool. Maybe you ought to think about joining the club. That's a very natural progress or a natural progression. And it don't have no time limit to it. It might be real short. It might be real long. Depends on when the members of that club feel like, hey man, maybe he ought to be us. So that's the hang around. How long? Let me say it right. How long do you have to be a prospect? How long do you have to be a prospect? You don't. You don't have to prospect not one single day. But if you choose to, and more importantly, if you're invited to become a prospect, then the way I see it is you're a prospect until you're not. Either you decide, man, this ain't for me. I don't like these guys, or I don't think this is going to work for my lifestyle or my home or my family or whichever. Or until they tell you to kick rocks, man, you suck. We don't like you. This ain't going to work. Beat it. But you're going to be a prospect, or that third option is you're going to be a prospect until that club decides to go ahead and patch you up, and you get your full set. And they say, hey, you've made it. You're joining that brotherhood. So you're a prospect until that's kind of the way I see it. What you think, AB?
Yeah, I agree with you. Now we got a lot of military people on here because everybody's sounding off. Okay, so think about it like this: you're not going to join the Army or the Navy or the Marine Corps and come in as a private, and then 90 days later you're the fucking general. It doesn't happen.
Right.
Okay, you gotta play the course. You gotta run the course. You know what I mean? So when you coming in as a hang around, okay, as a hang around, you have no obligations to nothing. You know what I mean? You just hanging out. You just want people to see you, talk to you if they want to talk to you or whatever, and you just
Mhm.
you just basically cool. You know what I mean? You walk around and they look at anybody who he is, and they're like, oh, he just fucking hang around. He ain't nobody. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you just hang around there and drink a couple beers or whatever. You go on about your business. Now, once you decide that you want to go further, and you end up being a prospect, then know that there is no end time. You know what I mean? That the end time is whenever they get good and goddamn ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when they
Yeah.
feel that you done fulfilled your part of the obligation. You know,
Mhm.
um, but you have a lot of these clubs that they want numbers. They want numbers. So you have some that don't even do hang around periods. You have some that don't even do probie periods. Tell you the truth. You have some that just give you a set of fucking rags and put you out there.
Yep.
And feed you to the fucking wolves.
Hell yeah.
You
Sign
know?
here. There you go.
So, right.
You know.
So you have that. Now, but these are also the ones that you complain about in a year or two because they're not coming to meetings or they're a bunch of fuck boys and you didn't realize this until after you didn't gave them a set of rags. Now you got to go through all this extra shit to get rid of them when you could have got rid of them when they was a probie.
Yep.
But your problem was that you didn't properly vet them. You didn't see what this motherfucker was really about. You wasn't even worried about what he was about.
Yeah.
He was worried about this, and he was worried about having more than 2 people standing behind you.
Yeah.
And you was trying to butter up your little fucking clique, so that way you had numbers so you can do the bullshit that you want to do on your side. That's what you was worried about. And then when it come back that this motherfucker is not who he said he was, you know what I mean? Now you got a problem. Think about it. If people would have properly vetted a lot of these people, you wouldn't have motherfucking informants right now writing goddamn books and giving away and having movies and shit if you would properly vet the motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Now you sitting here and you got a motherfucker in your club, and then 5-6 years later, all of a sudden, everybody going to jail, and this motherfucker here, he on CNN talking about, oh man, I done wrote 3 books.
And he ain't joking.
I done went to this club and this club and this club, and they done bought me in and welcomed me with open arms. Why did they do that? How did they do that? Because they did not fucking vet you. They was worried about other shit.
That's why I know the folks have been, and that, look, well said, there ain't nothing but the gospel right there. That's AB Diamonds right there. But I'll tell you, and I know y'all done heard us say, for those of y'all to watch, y'all have heard us say this so many times, is that hang around period is very important. The prospect period, being a probie is a very important time because, and the thing is, it's one of the few times in the club where you can say, or I won't say a few times, but it's one of those times where you can say, you know what? This ain't for me. You can step away with no animosity. Nobody's griping, bitching, moaning, and complaining about it because the thing is, that's your time. That's one of the best times because during that time, as a hang around, you can fuck with these bros. They get to know you. Y'all can chop it up. You don't have no obligations. You don't have no dues. If you want to do a ride, you do it. If you don't, you don't. You don't gotta, you chilling. You're an outsider, but you're closer than the real outsider, because those are your boys right now. They're learning something about you. They're figuring out, the biggest thing they're figuring out is, hey, would this motherfucker be good for us? And at the same time, you're supposed to be figuring out, am I going to be good for them? Or, hey, how's this going to work for me? Selfish. Being a biker is some selfish shit. You really got to say, first of all, is this going to work for me? And if it does, then yeah, maybe it's time to take that step should you be invited. So, all good shit right there. Matter of fact, Dion War Gorilla said, yes, sir, Big Bros, Nevada. He says, you never ask how long, and this is a fact, I think about this one a lot. You never ask how long, meaning like how long you're going to be a probie or even how long you're going to be a hang around, because if you're meant to be, you're meant to be. And the more you ask, the longer you're going to do. So look at Black Dragon, a 5-year probie, I know a dude, I know a 3-year probie, and I know a dude, no kidding, who was a hang around for 20 years. 20 years. And he's up in years. And here's some crazy shit. Y'all probably, I may have mentioned this before, but the dude was a hang around for 20 years with this certain club. Then finally decided, yeah, I'm going to be a prospect. He was a probie for a year. He crossed, got locked up, he stayed in his club, was locked up for like 4 months or something like that, got out of jail, and within 6 months died. And I'm like, wow, that was some amazing shit. But long story short, hey, it took as much time as it took. This is what it is. And so Mikey Jones said, he goes, I hung around for 8 months and been a prospect for about 14 months now, and not concerned when a top. Well said. Sopransky, Sopranoski, I don't know how you say that. Sopranoski said patches are earned, not purchased. So that ain't nothing but the gospel right there. And hey, Kenyatta said, right on, Big Bone, or Archbishop, excuse me. And Soldier HK, Army combat veteran. Good evening, General Soldier. What's up, man? Ain't seen you in a little bit. Soldiers with a fantastic club, and this dude about squared away as all get out. So it's always good to see you on here, man. Anyway, so next question. Well, what's your next question, Archbishop?
You had them going, so I'm gonna let you pop off the next
one. Okay, so the next question, let me see. This is from okay. This is a good one. This is, and the reason I say it's a good one is a dude named Hesh, which Hesh, I'm not sure if we know you or not. But Hesh is from New York City, and he has his question is, are there such, I'm gonna read it like he wrote it. Y'all be writing kind of bad sometimes. Anyway, are there such a thing as a Jewish MC? Here's the crazy shit about that. There are actually, we have a lot of, if y'all ever go to the big boneyard and just see who that certain member is or something, or who that certain bonehead is, you're going to be shocked. A bunch of them are from Israel. We have a lot of Israelis for some reason or another. Oh, thank you. But we have, because I'm blind, apparently I can't read. I can't see.
That's some Fred Stamper glasses. I seen them. Yeah. I seen the magnification when you turned them sideways. You put them on. I bet your eyeballs is goddamn big when you put them on.
I did the Fred Stamper. I did. But Miami's like, you blind motherfucker here. But yo, we have a lot of Israelis who are bikers, who are in Israel, who watch the show every week, who are on the big boneyard all the time. But to answer the question for Hesh, yes, sir. There are all Jewish motorcycle clubs, the majority of which are in Israel, but in the States, I think they're over there as well. But it's the JMA. The JMA is, let me do the Fred Sanford. It's the Jewish Motorcycle Alliance, but there actually are several all Jewish motorcycle clubs. I know a section of the JMA are what they call Hasidic. That's them dudes. If you ever go to the city, you see them Jews with the little curls on the side and whatnot, and they wear the little hats and so forth. There's Hasidic Jews on freaking motorcycles. And I don't know what the religion calls for, what they can or can't do or something. It's not like being Amish, but yeah, so all Jewish motorcycle clubs, and there's even a all Indian, like from India motorcycle clubs, as well as there's also some not Punjabis, what do you call it? Sikhs. The Sikhs, the guys that wear the turbans, and they literally had a line of motorcycle helmets made for the Sikhs that's consistent with the turbans that they wear because it's a part of their religion. And it's DOT approved and everything. They had to have these damn helmets designed because of to be in compliance with their religion. So yeah, so good question. And so what's that thing they used to say on the news? I mean, not the news, the kid show. So knowing is half the battle. Now you know.
Mm-hmm.
So some of that. And I wouldn't have even thought that. I mean, I wouldn't have thought to even share that information as far as the motorcycle clubs. But yeah, that's a thing. So you're in New York City. I don't know if they're in New York City, but I would not be surprised. That's just going by the Diamond District. There's a lot of Jews over there. So you see damn Harley sitting in front of a motorcycle. Excuse me, you see a Harley sitting in front of the Diamond store. Go talk to that dude. He might be part of the tribe. But anyway, let's see. And let's see here. Douche, hey, what's up? Douche Canoe said, ever notice that cops who infiltrate are only able to do it when the bylaws are broken and minimum times aren't followed? That's kind of true. I see stuff like that. Mike Ball said, once a prospect, always a prospect. For once in your life, put your pride to the side and see if you can be like us. Okay. All right. Right on. That's one way to look at it for sure. And I always say I'm a probie for life. Something need to be done. Hey, I'll do it. If there's something I can do. Our one bro said in a pretty famous documentary, he said his wife asked him, you're getting these phone calls 3 o'clock in the morning, all this kind of stuff. And his wife says to him, can't you, like, why do you got to do it? Can't they call somebody else? And, his famous line is, I am somebody else. That's me. That's who they call. They calling somebody else. That's me. So yeah, I am somebody else. So you should think that way. If you're in your club, you should definitely think that way. Think, hey, why not you? So what? Something got to be done. Let you be the cat to do it. Everybody in your club should feel that same way. When something needs to be done, it ought to be difficult to figure out who's going to do it because everybody's willing, and God willing, everybody's able. So Frost said, Mike Ball, exactly. You're never done being a prospect and never done learning and doing for your club. Hallelujah. All right. And Soldier said, if you've been doing this long enough, you can tell who's going to make it, who's going to make it and be about it. Real recognize real. That's a fact. AB, you kind of got that thing. Because, and by the way, so let's share this fact right now. Just because you've been asked to and you've accepted becoming a probie or a prospect for a club does not mean that you're going to make it. A lot of folks forget about that part. Folks forget, just because you say I'm going, because being a probie is saying I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to try to do it. Because you ain't got that patch yet, and not everybody does. Sometimes it's like, look to your left, look to your right. There's 5 of y'all standing on line. Somebody ain't gonna make it. I can tell you that right now.
Right. Stop cuffing them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing that you can do. Is cuff them. The second worst thing you can do is, let's say that John brought this guy in as a hang around, and then he ended up becoming a prospect. John should not be his fucking sponsor, because John is going to let him do the bare fucking minimum to get him in. Yep. You need to put him with a motherfucker that don't like his ass. That's how you going to find out what this dude really about. You're going to put him with somebody that he doesn't know shit about. And this guy here really don't give a fuck about probies. So guess what? He gonna work his ass to death. He gonna find out what this dude really about. But if you let John, who bought him in, because hey man, we've been friends for 20 years, just in this, guess what? He's about to get you a sorry ass bro.
That's
what's about to happen.
Because look, a sorry ass probie equals a sorry ass bro. So I'd say 70% of the problems that you'll get in your club is from some dude who didn't get brought in the right way. He didn't get raised the right. When we say raised, we mean that prospect period. He didn't get raised the right way. So he's going to do like he was doing the whole time, because the prospect period, while you're a probie, that's supposed to be the hard part. So you just breeze right on through that. Anything that they just give you too easy, you don't value it. Just like when you was a kid, if you work for it. My first car was a piece of shit. You couldn't have told me that wasn't a brand new Mercedes S550, because I paid for it with my own money. That thing was worth more than gold to me. Didn't want to sell it or nothing. It was a piece of shit. I just didn't know it, but because it was mine. Oh, okay. Hey, that's what's up. Miami said, chiming back in. Thank you all for your service and all that you've done for our country. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. That part, I do it like that. And but yeah, so another question. We got more questions. Okay, all right.
We were military back before they gave out the sensitivity cards.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord. That's a thing. That shit.
Yeah.
So look, so y'all, all right. So check it out. For those of y'all that don't know, so when me and Archbishop were in the military, that was back when your drill instructor, if you fucked up bad, he could punch you in your shit. And there was nobody to go, who you gonna tell? The other drill instructor? Because all he gonna do is punch you in your shit for being a snitch, But now, if you get too stressed out or it's too warm out and you're just not comfortable right now, or you're in your feelings, you're feeling kind of emotional, you can reach in your pocket, no bullshit. They got a red card, you pull it out, and if you pull out that damn card as a damn a military recruit, you pull out that card on their ass, they got to stop what they doing. They can't put their hands on you anyway. So that shit, they've been unstopped that. But, the drill instructor's yelling at you. I didn't know a drill instructor knew how to speak like a normal person. I thought all they did was yell. But
Right.
if he's yelling at you too much and all like this, you gotta pull out that card on that.
They like
Don't pull out the card on your ass. But so, but having said that, but you're right. What do they call them? The stress card. That's what they call them, the stress card. But yeah, my nephew told me about that.
Bring that shit in the. What they bring that shit in the MC Club? The stress card.
You said, why don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, think about it. They made it to the military. I mean, of course, it's gonna trickle down. You gonna have motherfuckers gonna be like, I don't like the way you call me a motherfucker.
like you know what? That boot in my ass is really not comfortable. Here's my. You got to take the boot out of my ass now. You know. Anyway, Soldier said was in a car accident a few months back. Been healing up. Can't wait to get on my horse. Can't wait to get on my horse. Or excuse me, can't get on my horse just yet. But I'm still here. So look, bro. Thank God for that. I didn't even know about your accident, but I'm glad you're still in one piece. I hope you're gonna be back on that bike sometime soon. And also, if you was in an accident, I hope sincerely that you call Fran Hash because she does her damn thing. Not just because of the love she shows us here and supporting the MC community. They had a great event today with Bay Area riders and West Coast Florida riders that she sponsored. I heard that was the joint. I didn't make it over to it because I had other responsibilities. The Archbishop was doing his thing, so neither one of us got to show our face. But we heard that shit was lit. But, you know, little shout out to Fran Hash there. And so we got more questions. This is kind of fun. This is from. All right, motherfuckers. I'm putting my fucking glasses, and then let me do my Fred Sanford for y'all. You saw that? All right, but for real. So that's Beverly from Jacksonville, and she says, "What is the leather strap thingy?" Oh shit. Yo, you saw me do it, right? I had to do it. I had to do it for y'all. You saw that, though. I don't know. Hey, them shits is sexy. I don't care what y'all say. Them shits sexy.
Yo, blinking ass.
Wait, look. You know what? For Halloween, I'm going just for you. I'm going to dress up like Fred Sanford for Halloween and get me some glasses with the balls in them. I'm going to do that shit for you. See, I can take it. But yo, so we got a good question or a question from Beverly in Jacksonville. I hope you're watching, Beverly, because I'm going to answer your question because Beverly sent this in an email and I didn't answer purposely on the email. It was just a couple of days ago because I told her to watch the show so I could answer. So Beverly from Jacksonville, she says, "What is the leather strap thingy what is the leather strap thingy that some 1%ers have on their bikes?" And I think what you're referring to is a get back whip. That leather strap thingy. So the get back whip is so for those of y'all who've seen those leather strap thingies, it's actually not a thing, it's a whip. And they come in different lengths and different colors. They're made out of leather typically. I have seen some made out of cord and stuff like that. And and it'll clip on your handlebar. Some people will clip it on like the clutch or the brake cable sometimes, or the brake lever, or anyway, it goes on your handlebars, and it's a whip, and it has a quick release on it. And the idea behind that is, so back in the day, cars gave zero fucks. They gave zero fucks about a motorcycle. They see you, not see you, and they felt like, why are you on their road? So cars were real reckless with motorcycles. So about the same time this happened back in the day, them old school bikers, they would carry a belt with a big belt buckle on it that they could whip off right quick. So when that car got close, it would go whap like that, and it was gonna, like hit the damn hit the windshield or the the window or the car, and that thump like that, you might smash your wind, especially back in the day when nowadays windshields are made much better, but back then you swing that joint just right, you're gonna smash somebody's windshield and they will get the fuck up off you. So the get back whip is just really just an extension of that. It went from being an old belt once upon a time. Oh, also, some old cats told me that they used to keep the old chain from their motorcycle. They'd save them when they go to replace that chain, that old chain. They'd keep that joint. They keep it right on the motorcycle. So when some fool was driving stupid at them, bap, just bust that ass. So now some cats have them as a fashion statement. You see a lot of OMCs and one percenters have them because they're actual functional equipment. They're not really so much a fashion statement for a lot of us. For a lot of us who ride as much as we do, you know, I've seen them with ball bearings put into the tail part of it, like a cat of nine tails. I seen one with an 8 ball. I seen all kinds of stuff on there. But yeah, if you see one, it might be somebody being fashionable, or it might be somebody who's gonna bust that ass if you get stupid while they trying to ride from point A to point B on the damn highway. Mike Ball said, "I hope." Mike Ball was saying to the soldier, "I hope you heal up quick and deal with the least amount of pain." That's what's up. So we wish you well. Wish you well, man. Get well soon.
Hey, but then too, also on those, like a get back whip means just that, get back.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what
right.
I
Yeah,
mean. It means
it's
just
in the
that,
name.
and like a lot of them, they're weighted on the end, like you were saying. Like some use that ball, maybe
Yeah,
you have some that just have like the individual weights on
yeah,
it. So when you do swing it, you get that,
hmm
that full swap out of it.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Now, um, I used to ride with one. I got one on my bike right now, and when I'm by myself, I'll have it on there.
Oh
When
yeah, yeah,
when I'm riding around with other people, I don't, just because I don't want some shit to happen and
yeah,
whatnot. But but I know people that had the real long ones. You know what I mean? Even when you ride and it's dragging on the ground, that I got caught up in the wheel, and
yeah,
they don't went flying, and they went this way, bike went this way,
yeah.
and done hit other people and knocked down fire hydrants and every damn
Oh
thing
damn,
else.
yeah.
You know, with those whips, because having one, you get one to where it's not gonna touch the ground,
Yeah,
and also not gonna go forward and get wrapped up in your damn wheel.
right,
You
right.
know?
That's the thing. It's got to be the right length because I got a get back whip on two different bikes, and the one is much shorter. That like on the Harley, it's much longer, but it, like you said, it don't actually hit the ground. And it depending on how I'm riding, I can just throw it behind the my lower speakers, just tuck it right there if I'm on the highway or something like that. Because if you leave it, if I just leave it to the wind, sometimes that bitch will come up and smack me. And so I gotta, oh shit, yeah, let me tuck that motherfucker down right quick. But that's what. But like you said, it's in the name. It's a get back whip. That's what that thing is for. So Beverly, hope that answered your question, and I hope you don't need one. But you're in Florida, so you probably do. But there we go there. And let's see. Got another question from. Oh, that was Beverly. Okay. This is from a bro out of Connecticut. Okay. How does one go about joining the COC in my area? So he's in Connecticut. So in Connecticut, they actually have a Facebook page, and if you go to that Facebook page, you're going to see who some of the clubs are that are members there. Even though, of course, the information's on Facebook. I'm not saying send them an app online because that the COC is not that. But I'm saying out of those clubs, you're in a club. So out of those clubs that you have interaction with them, you go to a bike night or you got an open house and tell them, hey, slide through, chop it up with them, do it in person. Because when you're joining the COC, it's not you as an individual. Yeah, you might be the guy for your club that goes to the meetings or whatever, but that's your whole club coming into the COC. So you got to do shit properly the same way you would on the set, the same way you're going to do in the COC, because all the COC is basically, how you in your club, you got members and brothers in your club that are members of your club or your chapter. The COC, same difference. Each individual club is a member of that COC. And yeah, they might have certain people that are the representative for that club. Yeah, that's fine. But you're representing your club. And In fact, in the COC, you represent several other folks when you're dealing outside of your COC, you know, and because just like your club has a president and a vice president and sergeant arms and so forth, the COC has that same exact setup. They just might be from different clubs. Like you might be the president, your sergeant arms might be from a completely different club, and your VP might be from another club. You know, so so yeah, you can reach out to those folks in person. But first thing I'd say, go to their Facebook page or their website just to see who the hell is in that organization, so you can contact the right person, and then they'll definitely point you in the right direction. And plus, they have the board members and whatnot are on the site, so you know who to connect with. But it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. But if anything, give me a call. You know how to get a hold of me. But that's that one. Let me see. We had some more questions. Let's see here. Oh wait, what Bolo said? Bolo said, when all members feel that they are the fix. Oh yeah, okay. So when all members feel that they're the fix-it man or woman, the unit functions well. Okay. And let's see here. Okay. Soprano Jack says, reason they get just tape on their back, it's not stitched on. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
yeah,
You
yeah.
talking about probies.
Yeah, he's talking about probies there. Now, this one, so Mike Ball said prospecting for a club, that's your pinky toe in the door. It's up to you by your effort if you stay. Okay. Yep. That's a good point. And let's see. Kenyatta said that's that Full Metal Jacket shit, what we was talking about earlier. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, that's some good shit. Okay. We got some more questions. Let's see here. Um Hey, I'm not sure what it says. Somebody just said, just checking in. Don't put them glasses back on. So he just sent me a text.
I'm telling you,
Slow Bird is something
you
about
can't see what we see, bro. You can't see
the
what we see.
right. Okay.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, okay. Now here's a great question. So this is from Miami or one of her girlfriends, because Miami's girlfriends are always constantly asking her motorcycle MC club related question. Here's a good one. She said, do you guys ever get complaints from your neighbors when you come home late at night and you pull up with the roaring sound of your motorcycle? That is a great question. Um,
Yeah, sometimes.
it's happened. Well, in my case, all right, fuck it. All right. Look, this is the big boneyard and boneheads. We're all family, so I'm gonna keep it a buck. For a long time, my neighbors have been a little tad nervous. Uh, Before they seen the bike or the rags or any of that stuff, I was like, "Hi, neighbor." Everybody was like Flanders. And I remember the first day, some of my neighbors, they were having a little get together. There was some Latino family, some Mexican family was having a little party, and it was like 4th of July or something. And then the white folks across the street from them, but everybody was out that day. It was a beautiful day, and I want to say five brothers and 3 support club members came to the house. Everybody flying their rags and everything. And I can tell you, after that, folks didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want to. They was like hide your children, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? And then so I kind of figured it out. I went from being that new neighbor to being, you know, that guy, that biker guy. Ugh. Took a while to fix that, but yeah. So I never got that a lot. Did you ever get that?
Not the bad stuff. I mean, um, now there was a couple times that I jumped on the bike, about 5 o'clock in the morning. What I mean, and woke somebody up because when you first started up, you got to hit it. You got to hit it a couple times.
Yeah,
Woke
right.
somebody up. But they after a while though, they just kind of got used to it. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
the neighbor kid, um, it was funny because he was when he first moved into that house, he was like 1 years old, and where his living room window was, you look at the
Mm.
living room window was looking on the side of my house. where my bike was parked. So
Yeah.
every time I would start the bike up, he would be in the window. And he'd
Oh
be in
yeah.
the window and he doing this in the window.
Yeah.
And he did it for years, you know what I mean, until he got to be like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I took it for a ride on the bike. And after then, I mean, I didn't have no more problems out the neighbors. You know what I mean? Because he was like pro Bishop all the way. You know what I mean? Every time that
Yeah.
bike started, he was in the window. He didn't care what time of day it was. He was in that window.
Yeah. Hey, so some folks are saying that get back whips are illegal in some places, and who was that? Who was that said? So Mike Ball said, "I do not own a get back whip in California." Wink, wink. Somebody said they're illegal. Okay, yeah. Frost said they're illegal in some places, and we're great for dogs in slower traffic neighborhoods. Okay, but yeah. All right. So we got another question. That was a good one though. Let's see here. Okay, that's COC. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh man, they must have this next question. They must have aimed this at you, Archbishop. I think they did. Um, this is from Gigi. Well, I'm not sure if Gigi's it's just the letter G to letter G. And this was in response to that Chuck Zito thing I mentioned earlier. So Gigi said, if motorcycle, let me say it properly. If motorcycle gangs are so big and bad, why aren't you afraid to tag anywhere? So for those of y'all that don't know, when they say tagging, they're talking about spray painting graffiti and shit on the walls. And motorcycle gangs. Archbishop, I should read the question for you again.
Hold up, man. Hold up.
Gigi said,
Okay.
Archbishop, you motherfucker.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God.
If motorcycle gangs are so big and bad, why are you afraid to tag anywhere?
Okay, here's the thing. Now I'm ready. Now you know what? I'm about to be 150% fucking raw here because that was stupid. Now
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
We are a motorcycle club. Okay. First off, we are a club, not a gang. Okay. Now, even if we were a gang, this ain't fucking West Side Story.
Mhm.
You ain't gonna see a bunch of old ass motherfuckers sitting out here with fucking spray paint, painting shit on the fucking walls. That's kid shit. Okay? We ain't walking around like we the fucking cool cruisers and shit doing this. We can ready to paint your fucking stuff. You know what I mean? Fuck out of here with that. This is not, you know what I mean? You gotta put you gotta put this where it's supposed to be. Okay, now let's go back. Now, when I was a teenager, yes, I was in a gang when I was a teenager. And yes, we did spray paint shit when we was a teenager. You know what I mean? Because that was kid shit. And you know, it was just something good to do because in our feeble little ass minds, it was illegal and it was something that we could do. Like, look what we put on the wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fast forward 40 years. Why the hell would we be doing that? That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? And apparently, when you sent that question, you don't even understand what the hell this even is.
Yeah.
For you to ask that question. You know what I mean? That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? So we're gonna ride around in Harleys and spray paint, and we're gonna mark shit. You know what I mean? Because we the cool cruisers, we Walmart MC, and we're gonna put the shit on there. We're gonna flag shit everywhere to let everybody know this is our turf. You're not gonna come over here. This is Walmart, motherfucker. What?
Walmart?
Be like, yeah, Walmart, motherfucker. We gonna do.
Oh damn! You hit the W and the M on that ass. Walmart.
Man, come on, man. They got here with that shit.
Yeah, but so I guess
they did that shit on purpose because they know I'm on fucking medication, man. They did that shit
and you ain't smoking. I think Gigi asked that question just to see Archbishop do a full blown meltdown in this motherfucker.
Man.
So Miami said, she said, good evening, Mama Sanders. And then let's see here. Kenyatta says, What about a get back baseball bat? All right. Hey, that's a thought. I think, hey, you might be onto something here. Miss Sanders said, hello, Miami. And somebody on Facebook says, I know someone who took out a fire hydrant and ended up in the grass because of them. Oh, because of them get back whips. Then a motherfucking national rule came out because of it. You already know. Yeah, facts. Facebook users, we don't know who you are, but I see that. Hold on, we got a call. Hey, come on, phone. Hey, hello, and thank you for calling. This is Big Bone 1%er. You got Archbishop here on the Big Bone Yard, and who is calling?
This is Logic. What's going on?
Logic, what's going on, man?
Nothing much. I got a question.
Yeah.
And I got this question because I saw this on the street a week ago. Why is it that a lot of us bikers believe that civilians should respect us and or fear us because we're in a club?
Okay, that's an interesting question.
I saw a road rage thing coming down the road, a biker arguing with a guy in a vet. They pointing at each other, cussing at each other at every light. And the biker turns around and he starts pointing at his back patch. And the guy in the car says, well, I don't know what the F that is, but I don't care about it. And that made me think, why do a lot of us think just because we're bikers and you ride around with whatever patch it is, that civilians should know what that is and respect it or fear it?
Oh, Logic. Let me jump in there, Logic. I'll tell you why. Because see, what for some reason, and look, no disrespect to you, but you must have missed in MC 101 school. They told you when you got that vest. Now they told you that was on day 2 or 3 of MC school. They told you when you get the vest that it magically makes you 10 foot tall. You are bulletproof. You know, your junk is at least 11, 12 inches. And by the way, on occasion, usually every other week, you can fly through the air like Superman and shit, because that's what happens when you get that vest. You know that, right? Because they were supposed to tell you that. The problem is that, okay, in real life, some motherfuckers actually believe that vest is going to keep them from getting their ass whooped. They think that vest means that they can check all reason, logic, intelligence, and basic human decency. They can throw all that shit right out the window because they got that vest, right? They got that vest. And don't you know, let me point at my patch, which is about corny as hell, right? So the dude pointing at his patch, you know, because I know, like, I use Bishop as an example. Here I go again. But like Bishop didn't just get like he is. If anything, he's probably worse than he was once upon a time. A club didn't look at Bishop and say, and y'all heard me say this before. They didn't look at him and say, I bet you we could turn him into a badass 1%er. Sure can. No, he was that. Damn, I almost said the N-word. He was that man. He was that same man he was before he put on that P, before he became a probie, before he became a member, anything else like that. You know, so clubs, a legit, strong, legitimate club is not going to get somebody and fill their head full of a bunch of nonsense, right? You should be, certain clubs have certain type of members. We have a certain ideology in certain clubs, but none of that ideology says that you're supposed to be out there being stupid, making your club look bad. My brother Wise used to say all the time that we call them Wiseisms, right? But he used to say all the time, you're going to be two things to your club out there in the world. You're either going to be an ambassador or an embarrassment. So if you're out there because of a road rage incident, showing your ass, pointing at your patch, you became an embarrassment to your club. And probably to yourself as well. But you can be as stupid as you want to be on your own. But when you put on them rags for folks that don't never seen you before, they don't give a damn about that. And if they do have an opinion that they got from Sons of Anarchy or something, all that idiot did was just encourage them to have that way of thinking. You just confirm for them, yep, Those bikers are a bunch of assholes. They're stupid. They're liable to do anything. The problem is that he gonna get the right one. He gonna get the right one of these days, and somebody gonna, like my mother used to say, somebody gonna tie fire to that ass, and that fire gonna make him get up out of them rags, out of that vest, because that vest is not bulletproof and it's not flame retardant either. It will not save you ass whooping. What say you, AB?
You know, the biggest thing to me is respect. Okay. You know, when you in these clubs and whatnot, and we, you know, I mean, you gotta take an average club. You know, they got a clubhouse in a community or whatever. You know, the last thing that you should be doing is trying to bully or make somebody think that you just big tough ass shit on their block. Okay, because you moved to a spot that they're at. Okay, so if anything, what I found to see were like some clubs that I know that their actual neighborhood supported the club because a lot of things stopped because the club was there. So like for instance, people wasn't breaking into houses over there. They wasn't breaking in cars over there. They wasn't running around sunned up on a corner over there because you had a club that was there and they respected the club as that. You know what I mean? It was like you didn't actually do anything for them to put you in that position, but how you carried yourself around the neighborhood, you know, mean that told other people like, okay, we ain't gonna fuck around over there. We gonna go steal somebody's shit from over here, but we ain't going over there. You know, and I know a lot of different clubs that I've heard that about from their neighbors. You know what I mean? Because that's what you know, like some people take it as though like it's an eyesore to have a clubhouse in this area. But the people that actually live in that area, it's like, okay, well, you may call it an eyesore, but ain't nobody done broken my shit for the past 2 years since they've been here. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody been over here messing with our stuff. Our kids is safe. Ain't nobody doing nothing over here that they shouldn't be doing since they've been there. You know what I mean? Now, do you have people that flex around and try to be disrespectful because they got them rags on? Absolutely. And these are the motherfuckers that, you know, let's just keep it real. These are the ones that got picked on when they was in high school.
Yep.
These are the ones that never had actual power. You know, think about it like this. Power and fear are two of the most dangerous things that you can have if you use them correctly, could do a lot of good. Power and fear. Now, if you put somebody in one of them different positions that never had power and never put fear in anyone, what is the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna abuse it. You know what I mean? And because they never know how to they never had it in the first place. You know what I mean? So do you have people that do that? Yes. You know, unfortunately that goes in any club, you know what I mean? And it's not really a whole lot you can do about it unless, you know, you got certain bros that see it and actually check the bro immediately about it. You know what I mean? It's really not at that point, it's really not a whole lot that you can do about it. I mean, that goes from lack of education, number one, and lack of knowledge from the people that's in the chapter that's allowing that to go on.
That part.
But overall though, that is not the stereotype that we try to put out to people. You know, we actually try to put out like, okay, we're a club, yeah, and we're in your community, yeah. But if you need help and you need something, then you come holler at me. You know what I mean? If you having a problem over here, then you come holler at one of us. You know what I mean? That's what an actual community is supposed to be about. Granted, y'all live there, y'all bought houses there, and we over here too. So we trying to blend in too. Ain't nobody trying to bully you, you know. But like I said, you do have people, unfortunately, that go against the grain, but they go against the grain because they're ignorant. You know what I mean? It ain't no other way to put it.
Facts. So, but yeah, man, I'm hoping, you know, and that, by the way, thank you for that question, man, because, you know, it gives us an opportunity to address that shit, you know, because and real talk, man, it's like what bikers really are. And we talked about like with neighbors, for example, right? Bikers can be some of the best neighbors that you can have. In fact, the way it was, the way it used to be, and I'm still, neighbors don't give me a hard time or nothing like that, but I know, like during the hurricanes, guess what? I think y'all heard me talk about the old lady who cusses everybody out. I was not exempt from getting cussed out while we're out there doing the sandbags for her and all this other kind of stuff because she's 90 years old and don't give a damn about a patch or nothing else. We better get them sandbags put up for her damn hurricane coming. And I'm like, I'm not related to this woman. She ain't paying me no money. She's just old and ornery and she's our neighbor. So guess what? That's what we did. We took care of her just like, but seriously, bikers are some of the best neighbors that you can have because ain't nobody if they smart, they're not coming out there fucking around with nobody. Not if they smart. But nonetheless, let me throw out a couple of things real quick. Like, so Mikey Jones, this is earlier. He said, where can I find the history of motorcycle clubs? It's a lot of history out there. It's a lot of good documentaries out there. But the best way to get motorcycle history is to reach out to a motorcycle club. Like find some of the members, talk to them. It's a great thing to do. It'll definitely get you where you want to go. That was Miami from earlier. Logical said, let's see. Okay, that's the question you were just asking. Red said, many people around the area ask how MCs help the community. People tend to forget all the MCs do. So that's a fact. MCs do an awful lot. I mentioned earlier how, helping out during the hurricane. Everybody in your area has a different example of how MCs have come and helped folks. Hey, Piper, D. Will, Motor Piper, said, Big Bone and AB, what do y'all think about full face helmets? And
I don't like them.
Yeah. See, I know I got to keep it a buck. I own several helmets, but I don't actually wear. If you see me in a full face helmet, if you see a picture of me in a full face helmet, it's either A, it's an old picture where I was getting ready to race somebody, or B, it's a picture in the past 15 years or something, and it was cold outside. If it's cold, I'm going polar bear, man, with the helmet and a damn skull cap under that joint. And the Lord, so if you see me with a full face helmet on, it's cold as hell outside, and I probably shouldn't be riding any damn way. It's too fucking cold.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate full face helmets. Now, do I own one? Yes. And the only time that you'll see me wear it is if I'm in the rain. If I'm in the rain, I'll put it on. If I have it in my tour pack.
Right? Yeah.
Most of the time, I got a half helmet on. They got the little visor joint on it. Pop that down, and I'm gone. You know what I mean? But if I look down the road and I see it, I see the wall of rain. I'm gonna put the full on. And
Shit, Friday night, I was on the highway, pulled under this the overpass. Jumped in the tour pack. It was raining. Seen it just like you said. It drizzled a little bit, but I seen the big wall of rain coming, so I broke out the rain gear right quick, like, and look, no helmet. Fuck it, tighten this joint and hit it. Kept it moving. Bolo said, one of my joys is leaving my house and my neighbor's 3-year-old daughter is always in the window waving at me, and of course I wave back. Kids, they got it. The kids got this shit figured out.
Right. But just like I was saying about the kid that lived next door to me, he did that all the way. I mean, that boy like 12 years old now, but he was doing that from the time he was 1 year old.
Yeah,
all the way up until the time I left Ohio.
See,
which was 3 years ago.
Now, about the earlier thing, Mike Ball said the car is a weapon to us bikers alone, and that's a fact. And Mike Ball had a horrible accident. So if somebody knows what they're talking about, that is him. And thank God he's still in the land of the living with us to tell us about it. But oh yeah, it's real talk. Let's see. So we got another question was okay. Matter of fact, hold on. We got Frost. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there? Okay, all right, there you are. what is going on with your head? It's like we see your head in your hand. That is some real weird Halloween shit going on. Okay.
Yeah, because he outside, he got on
Oh,
black.
okay. Like, what the hell? How do you do that? Okay. Whew. But man, look, it's Halloween, man. They don't let me go to the haunted house no more because I don't know how to act. People be having heads floating and sneaking up on them, brother. You know, that shit ain't right.
I gotta enjoy the new porch, and
right.
it's always all black. So
okay. Now you had a question for us earlier. You still got that question? You were saying something about
yeah. So I had someone hit me up, and they specifically wanted you guys to answer it on the show. I got asked why we wear Spurs on the black set.
Okay. All right.
And they also want to know, the same person wants to know the history of bandanas on the boots.
Okay. We talked about this a little earlier. AB, Spurs on the boots.
Now the Spurs, from my recollection, the Spurs on the boots was in recollection to the Cowboys, Black Cowboys. That's where the whole term Cowboys even came from. So that's where I got that part from. Now with the bandana, let me be the first one to tell you, I have no fucking clue. So if somebody knows, please feel free to do it.
So
I mean, tell us what it is. I have no clue.
Just for the sake of the gentleman that was asking, because if I'm not mistaken, he's a probie or just became a fullback, so he's still new. What do you have to do to earn those Spurs, or do you just get them? Are they gifted to you like the bells, the gremlin bells?
Well, here you go. I'm going to go back to the Spurs. AB and I are very much on the same page with this one. So what happened back in the day? I'm talking about the Spurs now. The Spurs, when you're talking about the term cowboy, right? Cowboys. Once upon a time, black cowboys was just as common as the color green on grass and water being wet and the sky being blue. It was literally thousands and thousands of black cowboys. How do you know they were cowboys? Because they wouldn't call them a cowman, they called them a cowboy. And the thing is, these cats were so good at what they did that ranchers that had a little money and wanted the best people to work his farm. Now, if you were white, you would call a cow hand. If you were black, you would call a cowboy. And them cowboys, they could do their damn thing. And the Mexicans had these vaqueros. And America, what we considered America back then, these black fellas, some of them used to be slaves. Some of them were either escaping slavery or just a generation or two outside of slavery, right? And they were really good at what they did. They could rope, they could ride, they could brand a cattle, they could herd, they could do it all. And they were good and they were very well sought after. So the rich ranchers would say, I need some folks to come here and work the ranch. And they say, sure, I'll get you some hands out there. I don't want no hands. I want some cowboys. So now the white fellas are like, shit, they ask them for cowboys. I'm going to tell them I'm a cowboy too. Next thing you know, everybody's a fucking cowboy. Or at least in name, right? Even the guy that couldn't rope and ride that good. No, I'm a cowboy. No, you ain't. But, you're white, so yeah, okay, fine. You're a cowboy now. So that's what Archbishop was alluding to earlier in regard to the name. So the Spurs was consistent with what was needed. If you were a cowboy, you needed Spurs to do your job. So that's a throwback to once upon a time. In regard to it being gifted and so forth, as far as I'm not aware that it has to be gifted or anything like that. But I think if you're a full patch member of a club and your club lets you do it, then do you. But it's not like the Gremlin Bell, as far as I know, not like the Gremlin Bell that it has to be gifted or something like that. Now, the history of the bandana on the boot is once upon a time, not long ago. All right, I'm just lying. I don't know what the fuck. I have no clue. I don't know nothing about that. I looked like I knew what I was talking about for a minute. I was all serious with. I have no fucking clue, man. That's the official.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen it. I mean, I've seen people wear them on the. I mean, I don't know. I never asked.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, out of the 24 years we've been doing this, man, I've never asked. Never really cared, actually. You know what I mean? I just thought it was just something they just did. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm with that. Yo, so did you have any other questions? Because I know you get a lot of shit too.
That was all that I was hit up with so far. Like I said, he wanted it asked on the show, so I told him I'd see what I could do. Now, as far as the cowboy shit goes for me, I can't be doing them pointy boots. I don't do the big belt buckle. I can't even do that redneck ass hat. I can't pull it off. I just don't look right. Now, the duster, I love the duster. I wear my duster. That thing is amazing. But that's about as cowboy as I get with it. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh shit! No, I get with it. I got the cowboy shit. I got some cowboy hats, dusters. No Spurs though. No Spurs and no bandanas. I guess I ain't doing it right. But
you know what? I'm gonna tell you. Back in the day, before any of this MC shit, this is back when I was in college. And my mom's on here. She on her watching, so she can attest to it because she the one bought it. I had a dark brown duster, right? Mm-hmm. I loved that damn coat. I loved it. I wore that damn duster everywhere because it reminded me of Tombstone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I love that damn duster. And everybody used to walk around. They be like, "Man, where the fuck you get that coat at? The fuck you wearing that coat?" I'm like, "Man, this shit cool as fuck. Man, that shit ain't cool. Man, don't be wearing that shit." I used to wear this duster, man. Had the duster, had my jeans on, had my boots. You know what I mean? Not the full high one, but you know the ones that came up to like the right above the ankle that you could put a nice pair of jeans on. But the boots was like a brown suede like material. Man, you couldn't tell me shit. I thought I was cool as motherfucker walking with that motherfucking duster on. And then fast forward to now, you know. I wear damn dust all the time.
She said right now, she's saying, yes, he did love that coat. Hey, I had one. There was a TV show. We had actually mentioned it a few weeks ago when we were talking about the TVs and movies, the biker movies and TV stuff. But there was a TV show called Renegade. And during that time, I was in VFI, Virginia Fugitive Investigation. I was a bail enforcement agent. And without knowing about the show, I just thought, damn, this car. I had a motorcycle. And I didn't always have access to a car back then. So I would do all of my, going to find the dude. I do that on my motorcycle. One day, I had on my damn duster because I thought it was going to rain and it was cold. And beat up old denim duster that I got from like the military surplus store or something like that. Long story short, I picked up the dude, rode him to jail on the back of the motorcycle, turned around the other way because, couldn't get a ride. Anyway, long story short, that damn TV show came out, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, I actually stopped wearing it because the folks that I work with would not shut the fuck up about it. So I was embarrassed. Now, I mean, I got one now that's pretty nice, but man, I'm telling you, I would give the world and all its charms to find that old duster that I used to have. I let people shame me out of it, man. Damn sure did. But so we got another question, and Frost, I'm glad you're here for this one. So this question is, I do not know who the question's from, but the question was sport bikes with 3 question marks behind it. Why can't sport bikes be the dominant club on a set? And I think what the guy is saying is sport bikes, typically, that's not, you know how it is. A real motorcycle club, we're on American motorcycles typically, or at the very least, we're on cruisers. But sport bike, there's a lot of sport bike riders, but sport bike riders and sport bike clubs are typically not the dominant on the set. So the question is, why is that?
Honestly, so as you know, I don't ride American because I ain't got American money and I can't afford it. But I do ride a cruiser, but I also ride sports bikes. To me, mainly whenever you see these sport bike riders, I'm not gonna lie, most of them are out here acting a fool, doing wheelies and stoppies and cutting through traffic and lane splitting and all that stuff. You see them racing all the time. And if not, then they're younger people that's just learning how to ride because the bikes are light, they're easy to maneuver, and they're cheap. So if you wreck it, guess what? You can go get another one because, I mean, they don't cost much. With that kind of age and that kind of demographic, they haven't earned the respect to be able to come out here and try to call shots and stuff like that. When you think about a dominant, yes, you think about people on baggers or something like that, some kind of Harley. Most of the time, it's a bagger though, and it's normally older people, ex-military, people that's been around, seen the world, lived a life, and have a little bit of structure behind them. They're able to keep that calm and control what needs to be controlled behind the scenes because everybody thinks that, bikers are just out here going crazy, running amok because that's what media wants you to believe. But believe it or not, behind the scenes, there's a lot that goes on. There's court. Just like if you was to get a damn traffic ticket and have to go to court, you got to do that with your club too. So it's not just out here running amok. There's actually organization. There's structure to all of this. Without that structure, it's not going to survive. It's not going to last. And people on sport bikes, I'm sorry, y'all can hate me all you want. I ride them myself, but they're not serious enough or not going to be taken serious enough to be able to become a dominant. I know plenty that actually wear MCs. So you can still be in a club and be a sport bike. You just can't be a dominant. Now, I'm not saying that won't change one day. Hopefully it does because I like my imports. They're cheaper, they're more efficient. I'm not sitting on the side of the road every 5 minutes from a Harley oil leak. I can actually make it from point A to point B. So I like them. But at the end of the day, right now, at this current point in time, there's just not enough respect. And it's because everybody's got to stop acting a fool. Get on YouTube right now and look up some crotch rockets. You're going to see them running from police or racing down the interstate or whatever. You're not going to see them actually riding in a set correctly, whether it be single file, suicide, whatever. And for you that don't know, suicide's 2x2. So you got your bro right beside you in the same lane with you. So, I mean, you don't have them doing that yet. Once they do that, they start moving properly, moving correctly, and acting like they got some sense, then maybe. You don't know.
Well, I'll tell you this, and that's a great group of responses, really. The way I think of it is I think of about a few different things. So one, there's the progression. And when I say progression, what I mean is a lot of us, when we're younger or when you get that first bike, unless you're, 35, 40 when you get the first bike, but a lot of us, when we're younger, we got the need for speed and all like that. And sport bikes are sexy, so you want a sport bike, right? And all of that stuff that happens when you're 19 years old and you get a motorcycle that'll do 175 miles an hour just because it can do it doesn't mean that you need to. But if you're 22 years old, you might want to do that. Sometimes your desires don't exactly match your abilities. And I'm not saying that people don't ride sport bikes well. A bunch of them do. But here's the thing. So most people in real motorcycle clubs used to ride a sport bike. I'd say probably half of them, right? Used to ride a sport bike. Nothing wrong with sport bikes. I got no.
I know a lot that still do.
Well, yeah. I mean, and I'm not against them. I like sport bikes, right? In fact, I have one. But the thing is that your mindset and ideology and everything else is different as you get older. But in regard to why, and his question was pretty vague, but one of the things is that, and me and Archbishop were talking about this a little earlier, is that, you know, when you're talking about an American motorcycle, first of all, you know, there's not a lot of American sport bikes, you know, and there's some real grown man swag going on when you're on a Harley. The way that, and one of the things, one of my bros pointed this out to me many, many years ago. He says, you pull up to a place on your Ninja 600, hop off the bike and walk in the building, go sit down at the bar to have a beer outside or whatever at the beach. That is what it is. Nothing too special about that. You pull up by yourself or with your bros, you pull up on that Harley, and yeah, you know, you are going to spend quite a bit more money on that Harley than you did on that Ninja, but you're going to pull up. The way that people talk to you, interact with you, literally the way that they look at you is different, because before you said a word, you moving like grown man style. And it is consistent with the set that the dominant clubs do have a tendency to, you know, not be a bunch of 21-year-olds, right? It's a bunch of grown men that have had some experiences in life. They've been in the military, or they did their thing in some other facet of life. Whereas, you know, they know a thing or two about a thing or two, right? So it's just it's a whole vibe, as people say nowadays. It's a whole entire vibe that happens being on an American cruiser, a Harley, or even even an Indian or a Victory. It's a different style, it's a different speed, it's a different mentality. You feel different when you're 21 on that Ninja 600. You know, you want to zip, 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 right? When you're a grown man and you're in control of your shit, I'll get there when I get there, when I'm supposed to be there, and you're not in a big rush. You know, they call him a cruiser because that's what I'm doing. I'm cruising. You know,
And
I
see,
want to be seen, I can be seen, but don't get it fucked up. It's not that Harleys can't go fast, because they do. As you need to go fast, you do. Other than that, you're cooling. Because when you're in control of shit, you don't, like I say all the time, I don't rush for nobody. You know, and now if you see me rushing, it's because I done fucked up, and you know, I'm notorious for being late, allegedly. But but I saw you, Bishop. I seen you. But I have a tendency. I'm on some of that, you know. Yeah, you know, I move like I want to move. But that's a
is the
different
is the
ideology
person that asked
when
that
you're at a certain
question
age and a certain place in your life.
is the person that asked that question willing to take a ride from New York to California on that crotch rocket that they're wanting to support? Because
That's
I'll
a
go
good
ahead and tell
question.
you right now, I did it on a Hayabusa from Rochester, New York to Los Angeles, California.
Yeah.
My back was broke. I'm telling you, I was leaning over. I was not able to stand up. My
I
back
mean,
was broke. That's not a ride that you want to take. And
are you
that's what
saying you
being
wouldn't
in a
suggest it?
dominant club is going to involve. It's going to involve them long tracks, them
All
long
right.
runs. On
Now,
top of that,
can
what
we
if
let
they
my
ride?
brother say something? Out, because Archbishop, other than giving me the funny look about me being late, I mean allegedly, what say you, Archbishop? Because I know you know something on this subject.
Well, see, I had a question for him.
Man, I'm not about to ride no damn sports bike across the street. You know what I mean? I'm I'm just not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Now here's the thing. Now there's a sports bike, Hayabusa Park, right out here. Now I get on it to keep it running. I ride it
Yeah.
around the block and I put it right back in the same fucking spot and I cut it off. Not riding that damn thing no further than that. And I'll let it sit there and run for about 5-10 minutes by itself. You know what I mean? You can sit there and get one with nature because I'm not fucking riding you. You know what I mean? That's it's,
Right on.
I have no desire whatsoever to ride a sports bike because I'm not built for that shit. You know what I mean? I'm a big dude. I'm 260 fucking pounds. I'm
Yeah.
not sitting there looking for no little ass fucking peg to shift gears. I'm not trying to do that shit. I'm not trying to be all leaned over. I'm not trying to do that either. You know what I mean? I want to kick back, listen to my music, like like the old heads, and just ride. That's all I want to do. I don't want to make this no difficult thing. Riding a
Listen
sports
to
bike is like a job. it's like a job, man.
You want to listen to Computer Love? Computer Love.
Right.
What
It is
if
like a job for real, man. You do not want to. I mean, don't nobody have no desire to do that shit. I mean, that. It's a young kid's bike. You know
what
what I
if
mean?
they pull up?
Young kids love them. You know what I mean? Like my son be like, "Oh man, I want to ride the old man bike." Well, shit, old man bike be pulling bitches. That little
Yes, sir.
motherfucker there ain't pulling nothing. You know what I mean?
What if they
Nothing
pull up
but
on like 30
chiropractor bill.
Buells?
Yeah. Say again.
What if they pull up on like 30 Buells talking about
That
I
don't
want to
count
be a
either.
club?
Even though
That's
that's a Harley made bike, man, that's some bullshit, man.
That's a Harley though. That's
It's
American.
bullshit though. It's a Buell.
Yeah.
You know,
Most
man, come on, man.
a lot of I won't say most, but a lot of bylaws for real clubs will specify the type of motorcycle that you have to ride, and they're going to say an American-made cruiser style motorcycle. And Buells are not cruiser style motorcycles. You know,
No, they ain't comfortable either.
Yeah. Well, fellas, shit. This has been good, man, because it's been a week since we've been able to chop it up with the folks. But so we're at an hour and 57 minutes exactly, and it's been good, man. And I tell you, these questions, even though we try to, I know both of us try to, write back and answer the Instagram and the Facebook and the emails and that. Keep them coming. We're gonna get to them. Usually on the emails, we kind of like answer those right away. But if we miss you, don't be mad. Keep watching. We will definitely get to your question. If we miss you, then just hit us up right here. We're here every week. Y'all know that. But I love doing this because there's so many questions, and folks, hey, if you ask the question, it must be for a reason. So we definitely want to answer it no matter what it is. Like my mother used to say, no such thing as what was that? The only stupid question, no such thing as a stupid question. No, what's that thing? No.
It's only stupid if you don't ask it.
No, the only stupid question is the one that you don't ask. Right, that one. That's what she said. So sorry, Mama in heaven. But anyway, but yeah, man. But it's been a good night. And Frost, what if anything do you got to say to the boneheads, man?
I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so already, hit the little bell for notifications. That way, whenever everybody gets on, the show's ready to go, you'll get that notification. On top of that, I appreciate everybody's participation in the Discord and on the Facebook page. I've been trying to keep some questions going and trying to get some people talking. So I do appreciate everybody that's chiming in, liking, and loving the comments and the posts and stuff like that. So let's just keep it up and keep growing.
Yeah, hey, and if you aren't familiar with Discord, find out about it. Frost is gonna have something on the Big Boneyard, the Facebook page, with a link. I think he had one on there before, but check it out if you haven't been over there. Slide through. There's a Big Boneyard Facebook page. But yeah, hey, I'm sorry, Archbishop. What say you, sir?
Well, first and foremost, tell everybody it's good to see everybody for another week. Like I said, every day above ground is a good day for me.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate everybody to come on here and watch our asses sit here and talk shit and laugh and joke around. But like I said, a lot of stuff that we put out there, we try to make a joke out of a lot of it, but a lot of it is very serious and it's very true. But I appreciate everybody for coming out, listening, hanging out with us for 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
And we'll see you again in 7 days.
That part. In 7 days. Hey, everybody, y'all boneheads, we love y'all. Y'all keep fucking with us. Love and respect, and we're gonna be out. So we'll see you in 7 days.
Peace, everybody.
Welcome to the Big Boneyard. Enter at your own risk.
to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.